Welcome back to the Gaming Lounge. What we're going to be doing today, as you can see in the description, I have a super magical chest that I am able to open. It just was able to open today. It takes about 24 hours to open it up. I started opening it last night yesterday morning at 11 o'clock in the morning, and now I'm able to open it up. Now the cool thing about these super magical chests is hopefully we could get a legendary. If not, we're going to get some epics, but I'm hoping to get the bandit. As you guys can see, my bandit's only a level 2. I would love to get the bandit to a level 3, which I need to get 4 bandits. Obviously, if I get her in the shop and if I have the 40 grand gold, I'm going to spend it and buy her, because I would love to get my bandit to a level 3. I think a level 3 bandit really makes it a huge improvement from a level 2. She does more dash damage, she has a little bit more life to survive, and she'll get a little bit more attacks on the tower once she gets there. As you guys can see, I am back in 4,300 trophies, which means I'm back in Challenger 2. It took a while, but it's still pretty early in the season. I still am seeing some max level cards that give me some trouble. But what we're going to do is let's just go ahead and jump into a replay. I guys want to show you this old school deck that I lost to. It was a Sparky Giant. Now, as you guys know, nobody really uses the Sparky. The Sparky is a legendary card that came out, I can't remember when it came out, but it's been out for a long time. And when it first came out, everybody thought it was overpowered because it was one-shotting, mini P.E.K.K.A.s. It was pretty much one-shotting every single card in the game. But then, they came out with a lot of cards that could counter Sparky, such as Zap. If you have any type of, Scar Me, or if you have any Goblin Game, it's gonna counter the Sparky pretty good. But as you guys can see, I don't really fight the Sparky that much. So if you don't see a deck a lot because it's not very popular in the meta, it's hard to fight because you kind of forget how the deck operates. And so as you guys can see, I'm fighting this guy named Zynista. He's in AKA, whatever clan that is, and he beats me. I mean, he outplays me. He's able to get his cycle better than my cycle. The thing that I have a problem when I play the game, as you guys can see, I rush that bandit. I should have let the ice wizard go. I should have just built up my elixir, because right now he has 7 elixir. I have 1. I have I did counter his giant, but that bandit was a bad play, because now he has his Sparky down. I have to wait for 7 elixir to counter with my P.E.K.K.A. Because it pretty much one-shots everything except for the Dark Prince. But I can't really use the Dark Prince to counter it because he's going to be able to support it with like minions, and Sparky will get on the tower. So at this point, I'm just waiting to play my P.E.K.K.A. So that the P.E.K.K.A. can take out the Sparky. And like I said, this is a really old school deck that I'm fighting against. The main combo is really the Giant Sparky. He's using Scar Me, and he has a pump, but I don't think he actually uses the pump throughout this game, which is pretty surprising that he's able to beat me without using the pump, because usually that deck does require the pump. As you guys can see, it's already in double elixir. There I go, rushing the bandit again. The bandit's not going to do anything. So that, a lot of bad plays on why I lost to this giant player. Yes, he has a level 10 giant, but it's strong. It does take the P.E.K.K.A. like I think 6 hits to kill it, without any support units. But it should have been able to beat him. But a lot of bad plays were made on my mistake. And it happens. The reason, if you really want to get better at the game, you really have to watch the replays. You really have to see what mistakes you did, and then from there you have to be able to improve. Taking constructive criticism is really important in the game. That was a huge mistake. I used arrows to get those minions down when I had the ice wizard, and then he just went to town on my left tower. As you guys can see, it's at 500 health. At this point, I'm still trying to win, but I know it's over. There's nothing I can do. He's just gonna play giant, and he's gonna throw down his Goblin Game, and I'm done. Like, I can't really counter his giant with the P.E.K.K.A. Because I can't kill it fast enough. I have the arrows up, so I was able to get his Goblin Game out of the way. But look at this giant. Dude, he just zaps me, 2 hits with the giant, the tower is gone. And I was expecting it. I wasn't really expecting much from that game. But I made mistakes and I lost. Let's go ahead and do another replay. This is me losing to the Hog Inferno deck. As you can see, I fought the Hog twice. 3 times in a row I fought the Hog deck. And so this is what I'm talking about. Let's watch this replay. is the hog is very popular. A lot of people think that siege is going to be the new meta because of the buffs that the Expo got and the Mortar got. I think, in my opinion, from what I've been seeing since the update changes, now it's only been day 2 of the changes. Day 3. The changes were on the 11th of August. So we're not going to really know until the middle of the season. But I think people are just going to be playing the hog, and the hog is super strong. It's always been a strong deck. It's a cheap cycle deck. Most people have the cards. That's why a lot of people play the hog deck, because it's mostly commons and just rares, and that's it. There's no epics or legendaries in this deck, and so you can max it out pretty fast. And the thing is, there's a lot of good cards that uses the Valkyrie, uses archers, that has the fireball for, if your tower only has like 300 life, they could just fireball that and send a hog, and the hog is going to get a hit no matter what. Unless they use like a good tornado or whatnot. Those people think there's a lot of cards that counter the hog, but there is. But the hog is so fast and it gets across the bridge so easily. It's really hard to counter the hog with like any type of buildings, like at the canyon, Inferno Towers, Tombstone. I do think the Tombstone is one of the best counters to the hog, besides the tornado. But yes, there's a lot of cards that do counter the hog, but the hog is super fast. It's easy to make mistakes against it, and that's why I think a lot of people just hate that card. It's just, I don't know. In my opinion, it's just a skillless card. All you do is drop it at the bridge, and you don't really have to do anything else besides supporting it with cheap units. But that's just my opinion. I play beatdown decks. I play the P.E.K.K.A. And in theory, I should be beating the hogs a lot more often. But the one thing that I have a problem against hogs, it doesn't happen against Bash because he obviously gave up. That's another thing I've noticed. A lot of hog players just give up like very easily. So I don't really mind fighting them. It just gets annoying and repetitive and not fun when you just see the same deck over and over and over. But yeah, I want to know, what decks do you think we're going to be seeing in this season with the chat? You guys, is it going to be Siege? It might be. I might be wrong. I don't think it is. I think we're just going to see a bunch of hog players. More hog players than we normally do. And so let's go ahead and do one more replay. This replay right here is against a Max Royal Giant level 13. I do think the Royal Giant is balanced now. Now people just say that because I use P.E.K.K.A. and the P.E.K.K.A. counters the Royal Giant pretty easily. But I fought in the Royal Giant in challenges with Golem decks. I've used other decks like a Graveyard deck. I used the Bridge, the Battle Ram, Night Witch deck before I got nerfed, and I didn't have a problem against Royal Giant. The Royal Giant costs 6 mana, so it is kind of a risky play to play the Royal Giant. It's not like the Hog. The Hog's only 4 mana, so if you make a mistake with the Hog, you could recover pretty easily. But if you make a mistake with the Royal Giant, you could lose the game. And so I think with the Royal Giant nerf, I think it's balanced now. It used to be very strong and overpowered, and everybody was using it. It may have too much health still, and they might need a health reduction. But who knows? I think it's fine. I don't really see a problem with the Royal Giant. As we can see, I'm fighting Big Daddy Manson. He's from America. He plays his Royal Giant to counter my P.E.K.K.A. Dark Prince. With the Dark Prince and mini P.E.K.K.A. buff, I just took it down, and then I'm gonna get to the tower and get a hit. And so that was worth the. I mean, he didn't really counter that push because I still got damage on his tower, and that's the main thing. Is even with like these beatdown decks, if you could get chip damage, as much damage as you could get before double elixir, you're gonna be set up. And then that's the thing. And when I fight decks like the RG, it usually has barbarians because barbarians count as hog. That's why hog decks use fireball to counter the barbarians, which is smart. And then usually what hog players do is they play the hog. If they play barbarians, they log and fireball, and that would destroy the barbarians. The hog would get to the tower. So that's what a lot of hog players do. So this is like my main combo, as you can see. I get the P.E.K.K.A. down, I get the Executioner, and I get the Dark Prince. And I have a lot of splash damage in this game. The reason why I have a lot of splash damage, as you can see, because a lot of people use barbarians, they use Goblin Gains, they use Skarmy, they just use a lot of cheap troops that the Dark Prince could one-shot. Before the Dark Prince got damaged upgrades, I had a hard time against max barbarians because the Dark Prince didn't do that much damage, and it was just able with a good placement of the barbarians to stop the push. But now with the buff, the Dark Prince does damage. Like, he destroys barbarians now. I don't have a problem. If the Dark Prince gets on the tower, it's actually a threat. Before the buff, the Dark Prince didn't do much damage to the tower. He maybe got like 4 hits in, which is, he didn't do a lot of damage. And so people didn't really, counter him. The only thing they would do is zap him so he doesn't get the charge damage, like 400 charge damage like he does. But now that he has that buff, he's actually a threat. So if he's on the tower, he's going to be doing good damage, which he should be, in my opinion at least. So now that we've watched these 3 replays, let's go ahead and get to what the description's about. Let's open this Super Mazgro chest. Now, as you guys can see, I got this from the ladder. I just, I had a free chest and a slot open, and I got it. So we got 6,600 gold, which is what I need. I'm at 33,000. I'm trying to get to that 50,000 to get my level 10 mini P.E.K.K.A, which is going to be my first level 10 rare. I got 49, so once I upgrade it, I'm going to be able to get it to level 11. I don't know how much it's going to take, but I know I'm not anywhere close. I got P.E.K.K.As. I really need that because I love a 7 P.E.K.K.A. Whew, that's going to be nice. I got Expos, so I should be getting a rare then. I think. I mean, a legendary. I don't really need Aurora Giants, don't really need Tombstones, don't really need Poisons, and there it is. Is this going to be the Bandit? Nope, it's the Electro Wizard, which isn't bad. I almost got him to level 3. He might be my first level 3 legendary. As you guys know, I only have level 2 legendaries, which that's still really good level 2, but once I get to 4,600 trophies plus, you really need level 3 legendaries. Just because you're fighting max players, and it makes a huge difference. So who knows, if I get the Electro Wizard to level 3 first, I might put him in my deck. I might be able to use him. Well, that's it for this video, guys. If you guys like, please subscribe to the channel, as I am going to be doing weekly content. I do appreciate the support, guys, and remember, keep clashing, it's just a game.